Tonight's confession is about a man named Ibrahim Sadiq. He is 39 years old, a Westerner, living that kind of life many people quietly admire. He is handsome, financially comfortable, well spoken, the sort of man your friends would describe as my type, the kind of man families trust at first meeting. Women noticed Ibrahim easily, but Ibrahim did not chase attention. He observed. He studied the way people spoke, the way they laughed, the things they complained about when they thought no one was judging them. Ibrahim Sadiq did not flirt with just any woman. He selected, and when he chooses you, he becomes exactly who you needed him to be. The kind of women Ibrahim preferred were those who looked confident, independent, especially those who believed they were fine on their own but still checked their phones for messages before sleeping. He met them online, on different dating platforms, places where people felt safe because they were behind a screen. He never rushed a conversation. He never asked inappropriate questions. He never pushed boundaries too quickly. Instead, Ibrahim listens. He remembers every detail you talk to him about. A sick parent, a previously failed relationship, a fear of time wasting, and slowly but carefully was how he presents himself as stability. Not love, not excitement, but stability, which is what many women want from a man. To the women who met him, Ibrahim felt different, calm, intentional, safe, and that was the danger, because what they did not know was that they were not the first. Ibrahim continued living his life, going for business meetings, attending events, smiling for photographs. No one suspected that behind this normal routine was a pattern forming quietly, a pattern that has gone unnoticed for years until one woman failed to disappear, and when she survived, everything began to unravel. The first woman Ibrahim Sadiq chose was named Aisha Umaru. She was 27 years old, a graduate of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. She worked as a customer service officer for a telecom company in Abuja. Aisha was not reckless, she was careful. Her friends described her as reserved, observant, and polite. But Aisha was tired. She was tired of explaining why she was still single. She was tired of family prayers that sounded like pressure. Aisha was tired of being told that time was running. When Ibrahim messaged Aisha from a dating app, it did not feel dangerous. It felt calm. Ibrahim did not start with romance. He started with conversations like, "How is work? Hope you're not stressed. What are your plans?" He shared stories about traffic, about his deadlines, about his long days. Nothing dramatic. And that was why she trusted him. After 3 weeks of talking, they met in public, at a restaurant, a public space, which was bright and safe. He was exactly as he appeared online, soft-spoken, respectful, careful with boundaries. Aisha told her friends she had met someone normal. That was the last good thing she ever said about him before she disappeared. On that fateful evening, after a successful date, Ibrahim offered to drive Aisha home. She hesitated, but Ibrahim did not push. Instead, he waited. And when she finally agreed, it felt like her own decision. And after that night, Aisha never made it to her house. Aisha's phone went off at 10:14 p.m. By morning, her friend assumed she slept over at another friend's house. By evening, worry began. By the third day, her mother was calling the police. But there were no signs of violence in Aisha's house. No broken items, no witnesses, just a woman gone. Ibrahim returned home alone that night. He cleaned his car, he showered, he slept. By Monday, he was back to attending meetings and going about his normal daily routine. There was no panic, no urgency, because this was not new to him. Inside Ibrahim's house, there was a small spare room, no windows, always locked. Inside it was a wall where he pastes photographs of different women. Some smiling, some pictures were taken unaware, while some were taken in mid-conversations. At the back of each photo, Ibrahim labeled his victims, names, age, and location. And that night, he put up Aisha's picture on the wall. Over the next 3 years, women continued to disappear. Women from different cities and states, women with different professions. There was no pattern anyone could prove. The police files gathered dust. The missing women's families grew tired of searching. And as for Ibrahim, he adapted. He changed apps, he changed numbers, he changed routines, but the outcome stayed the same. Zainab Musa was the next victim, and she didn't meet Ibrahim by chance. She met him the way many people meet strangers now, through a screen. The dating app presented him as ordinary. No flashy bio, no expensive lifestyle, just a man who said he was tired of loneliness. Ibrahim and Zainab talked for days about work, about money struggles, about Abuja traffic, about how difficult it was to meet genuine people. Ibrahim listened more than he spoke, and when he did speak, he chose his words carefully. He never rushed the conversation. He never asked personal questions too early. He never crossed boundaries. To Zainab, that felt like maturity. They met twice in public places, both times during the day, both times uneventful. And that was the danger. Nothing felt wrong enough to stop Zainab. After their second meeting, Ibrahim suggested she come over. He said he lived alone. He just wanted to show her where he lives. And they could chill and unwind together, only if she wants. Zainab hesitated at first, but later on she agreed, but not without caution. Before entering the car, she sent her live location to her sister. She texted jokingly, "If I don't reply later, check this place, LOL." She also shared a picture of Ibrahim with her sister. Little did Zainab know that decision she took saved her life. For years, Ibrahim Sadiq stayed invisible. He used different phones, he used different SIM cards, he went on different dating apps. He never used his real name or surname. He changed cities from Abuja to Mina, then Port Harcourt, Ibadan, and so on. And most importantly, he never struck twice in the same place. Police files were scattered across states. Missing persons reports did not connect. No CCTV pattern, no shared location, no consistent witness. To the police, these were isolated missing persons cases. And to the families, there were unanswered prayers. And Ibrahim knew that chaos worked in his favor. When Zainab entered Ibrahim's house, nothing looked unusual. It was clean, quiet, ordinary. They talked, she sipped her drink. Minutes later, her body began to feel heavy. She tried to stand, but she couldn't. And that was when fear arrived. When Zainab's location stopped updating, her sister did not panic immediately. She waited. She called. No answer. By morning, the location was still frozen. She went to the nearest police station. At first, the officers told her to wait, that adults disappear sometimes. But when she showed them the messages and the live location, everything changed. No shouting, no drama. She just showed them the messages and the live location. And she said, "My sister is not the type to disappear." This time, the police listened because there was proof. Zainab woke up to darkness. Not total darkness, but dim light, like a bulb struggling to stay alive. Her wrists were tied to her back, her lips sealed shut, her legs were numb. Then the smell hit her next. Metal smell, damp walls, blood smell. The basement was not dramatic, it was ordinary. Concrete floor, stained walls, knives wrapped in red clothes. This was not just a room built for chaos, it was built for sacrifices. Fear gripped Zainab when she saw a body, a woman lying still, eyes open, mouth slightly parted. Someone who had already been sacrificed and discarded. This was not impulse, this was preparation, she thought to herself. Just about when Ibrahim came down to the basement for the next ritual, the police arrived, surrounded the premises. They forced the door open. Ibrahim tried to escape, but he was caught without any hesitation. He tried to explain, but explanations mean nothing when evidence is waiting. The basement told the truth, and the wall where he pasted the photographs told the rest. Zainab was found alive, shaking and silent. One of the officers noticed a familiar face on that wall. It was Aisha Umaru, reported missing a year earlier. Her family had never stopped asking questions, and now they had answers. Ibrahim later confessed, saying he believed power required blood, not metaphorical blood, human blood, that success demanded offerings. He believed each woman was an exchange, a life for protection, a life for success, a life for continuity. After the police searched his house, they found where he kept his charms, powders, red-stained clothes, and 6 different calabashes with human skulls in it. Each victim was chosen carefully, independent, unnoticed, and easy to explain away. To him, they were not victims, they were rather offerings. Zainab survived, but survival does not mean peace. Aisha Umaru's family buried memories instead of a body. And Ibrahim now sits in prison, serving jail term for the first time. Tonight's story is not about fear, it is about awareness. It is not a story about apps, it is a story about trust, about silence, about how predators hide in plain sight. If this story disturbed you, it should. Stay alert, share your location, tell someone where you are going. If you're listening right now, tell us where you're listening from and the time. If this story stayed with you, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. This has been Buried Confessions TV. Have a good night.